Welcome, baseball fans, to Baseball Update, show number 911, and it's Friday evening at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. So we'll take a look at the schedule and some scores. We'll start with the schedule for Friday, September 11th. Right now we have two games, one game on the way, actually, as we speak. Game one of a doubleheader. It's the Phillies and the Cubs. Right now they're in game one, top of the third. Phillies with a 1-0 lead. And then the game two is a makeup game from 9-10, which was yesterday, which was postponed. So now today we have a double header. So that game right now going on, top of the third, 1-0 Philly at 5:45. Here is the schedule for the rest of Friday night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. You have the Baltimore Orioles hosting the Kansas City Royals, Pittsburgh hosting Milwaukee, Yankees hosting the Blue Jays. At 7:10, it's the Tampa Bay Rays hosting the Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Indians hosting the Detroit Tigers, and the Cincinnati Reds hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. Also, the Miami Marlins hosting the Washington Nationals. At 7:35, it's the Braves hosting the Mets. And we have Texas Rangers hosting the Oakland A's at 8:05. The White Sox hosting the Twins at 8:10. 9:40, it's the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. Angels in Houston at 10:05. At 10:10, it's the Mariners and the Rockies. San Francisco and the Padres go at it at 10:15. The baseball update here is the schedule for Saturday, September 12. At 1:05 Saturday afternoon, it's the Baltimore Orioles hosting the Kansas City Royals, Cincinnati hosting St. Louis, Yankees hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. They actually have a double header tomorrow, so you have two games set for tomorrow. 6:10 p.m. Eastern, it's Tampa Bay hosting Boston. Philly hosts the Cubbies at 7:05, and Pittsburgh hosting Milwaukee also at 7:05. At 7:10, four games on tap for 7:10 on Saturday. It's the Cleveland Indians hosting the Detroit Tigers, White Sox hosting the Twins, Braves hosting the Mets, and the Marlins hosting the Nationals. 8:05, Texas Rangers host the Oakland A's. At 8:10, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks hosting the Dodgers. 9:05, Angels hosting the Astros, Giants hosting the Padres, and the Mariners host the Colorado Rockies. That game is set for 9:10. Alright, so let's take a look at some scores, and then we're out of here. Here are the scores from Wednesday and Thursday. St. Louis Cardinals defeating the Chicago Cubs on Wednesday 4-3. Atlanta over the Phillies 8-1. Baltimore over the Yankees 5-3. Mets over the Nationals 5-3. Tampa Bay defeats Detroit 8-0. Miami over Milwaukee 5-2. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati 5-4. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 10-4. Cleveland over the White Sox 6-4. Minnesota defeats Kansas City 3-2 in 12 innings. San Diego over Colorado 11-4. Diamondbacks over the Giants 2-1. Astros over the A's 11-5. Angels over the Dodgers 3-2, and the Mariners defeat the Texas Rangers. That is 6-0. Here are the scores from Thursday, September 10th. Colorado Rockies defeating the Padres 4-3. Mariners over the Texas Rangers 5-0. Milwaukee over Pittsburgh 6-4. Cleveland defeats Detroit 7-5. Mets over the Braves 7-2. Cincinnati over St. Louis 11-0. And of course we had two games postponed, Philly and the Cubs, and the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Ladies and gentlemen, Racing Podcast on tap for tonight at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Spreaker.com #sports. Just look for the RP banner. That's the Racing Podcast. Also available at apodradio.com. That's a live broadcast recording at 7:45 p.m. Eastern tonight. Here, and so that's the Racing Podcast. From the American Podcasting Center in New York, I'm your host, Manny A. Be good, be safe. And this has been Baseball Update.